But anyway, today I'm making something. Let me make sure everything is clean before we do anything. We're making cinnamon cookies today, but this is something, I gotta tell you a very fascinating story that actually happened to me many, many years ago. Back in 1975, a chorus line opened on Broadway, and me and my friend were gonna try out for it, and we chickened out the last minute. But a year or two later, I got into a chorus line, and I ended up as one of the dancers that got rejected by the director, because I was really horrible as a dancer. I'm not a dancer. I'm making cinnamon cookies today. I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. It's really amazing what you actually remember. And I do remember chorus line was on Broadway. But as you know, I'm not a dancer, folks. Not really. Not by a long shot. I'm adding in 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix this together. You just use this plate here. When you mix this together, you actually come up with cinnamon sugar. You can actually use cinnamon sugar if you don't have ground cinnamon. But okay. We're going to put the cinnamon over here. It's definitely a fall-like dish, alright? Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to grab my brown sugar. I'm adding in a cup of brown sugar. Let me get rid of this so we don't want to have any accidents. Yeah, I remember those days. You know, my friend and I, Carmel, her name was, and she passed away a couple of years ago, but she was a good friend of mine, and we were going to actually try out on Broadway a chorus. And of course, Broadway shut down, and we don't know when Broadway is even going to reopen because of the coronavirus. Obviously, you know, nothing is really open right now. I'm adding in 1 cup of brown sugar into 2 sticks of unsalted butter, softened. Here we go. Now, next thing I want to do is add in a 1/2 cup of white sugar. You gotta have both. There we go, 1/2 cup. Now, what I want to do now is I'm going to move this aside, and I'm going to cream the butter and the sugars together. And then we're going to go into the next step. I'm going to cream this together. There we go. Now I want to go to my eggs. I want to add in 2 eggs. This is, like I said, really a fall dish. It's delicious. You only get it in the fall. All right, 2 eggs. 1 at a time. There we go. I also want to grab the vanilla. I want to make sure we remember the vanilla, because without the vanilla, you know, you got to add everything that the recipe tells you to do. It's just not going to come out no matter what you do, you know. Get this off. Here we go. I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, I think we dropped the top on the real way. Oh, here it is. Once you drop things, clumsy me. All right, I'm going to mix it together. Oh, it smells so delicious, folks. Now we're going to go to the dry. I want to add in 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. 1. It's really amazing how you remember certain dates, shows, whatever, and I actually was going to try out for on Broadway chorus line, but we chickened. We just couldn't do it. Couldn't go through with it. 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. This is the dry. I'm now adding in, let me watch this over, we don't want to get anything into the baking powder. Alright. We're adding in a teaspoon of baking powder. Yeah, here we go. Folks, I accidentally put it in here, but it's okay. We're going to now add in the flour, it's not a problem. Now we're going to mix everything together. Folks, if that ever happens, don't panic. It's going to go to the same spot. You know that. It'll all end up in the same area. I'm going to pull everything together. There we go. Nice thick dough. This is what you want to see because we're going to add in one more thing in about a minute. This is what's going to turn this into cinnamon. You cannot roll this out yet. You can't even put this on our cookies because you can see it's sticking to my hand. We want this to be nice and fun. Now I want to add in the cinnamon and the sugar. This is going in right now. There we go. All right. Mix this up a little bit more. Oh, folks, it smells so good. Oh. Okay, now I'm going to put this together, and what I want to do, folks, is I want to put this in the refrigerator and chill this dough up a little bit, because it's too warm for me. It's just sticking to my hand. You can see that. Folks, it smells delicious. Oh, okay, we'll be back in a few minutes, okay? What I'm going to do is we're going to roll these little cookie things out into balls. If you make meatballs, you do the same thing with cinnamon cookies. Cinnamon cookies is like a fall-like dish. Oh, folks, it's delicious. I love the smell of cinnamon. I always say, when you go into a store, I swear, folks, you smell cinnamon and apples this time of the year. I don't know what it is with fall. Okay, and roll it out. It's going to stick to your hands. It's kind of a sticky dough. But this is all made with butter. It's all natural ingredients. I have a whole big cinnamon because when I got stuck with the corona, I always like to make sure we have a lot of extra stuff in the house. In fact, I was telling my son, sometime today I'm going to have to run to the store. We're getting low on brown sugar, and I don't like to be low on any kind of fruit with this virus around. Folks, I was very upset yesterday. We found out our numbers went up a little bit. Oh, was I upset. The numbers are going up because things are opening, but things have to open. People have to make a living, you know. Okay, we're going to... one more ball, then we're going to pop this in the oven, and we're going to have delicious, wonderful cinnamon cookies. Folks, you are going to love this. Oh, okay. I would say about 5-10 minutes in the oven. You can also call me Miss Cinnamon today. And this is in honor also of a chorus line that me and my friend were going to try out for. We chickened out, but a year or two later, I got into a chorus line and ended up one of the dances that got rejected, neglected. You know, I was it. I didn't make it. I made the show, but didn't get, you know, any further than the first few minutes. And here we have delicious cinnamon cookies from Miss Cinnamon's Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day and please subscribe to our wonderful YouTube channel.